These are the books that I read over and over and over, and you should read them too. I love to give recommendations always to everyone about what they should be watching and reading and listening to and singing in their car and obsessing over, and I thought it would be fun to try to narrow down all my favorites to top 3s. I thought it was going to be really hard, but it actually turned out to be pretty revealing and really awesome. So I present to you without further ado the Amanda Taylor Starter Pack. So, starting things off with books, my favorite book of all time is This Side of Paradise by F. Scott Fitzgerald. It's very melancholy and very beautiful, and the main character, Amory Blaine, is very terrible, and I just love it. I love that old money, Ivy League, turn of the century kind of everything about it. I love everything about it, so everyone should read it. And this super cute copy came from Natalie. Thanks, Natalie. The second book is kind of cheating because it's in a series, but it's Betsy in Spite of Herself, which is the 6th book in the series about Betsy Ray and her family and her life and her friends growing up. And this is when she's in high school and she kind of goes through this identity crisis because she wants a boy to like her. Weirdly relatable, but these are my favorite books in the world, and no one has read them or heard of them ever, so I'm telling you about them because they're so charming and adorable, and there are a lot of things about it that I feel like they're tailored just to me. She has 2 sisters, she's a writer, blah blah blah, but they're so cute, and I really want everyone to read them in the world, in the whole world. The only other person I've ever heard reference them is Nora Ephron, so there you go. There's a stellar recommendation from myself and Nora. All right, so I cheated on this one too because I picked the last book in the series, but The Mortal Instruments are my favorite book series and my favorite YA books. With not a ton of context, these books have vampires and werewolves and magic, and they're violent. I love them so much. They're so good. But these books have Simon Lewis, and he is my top book boy crush ever. He's the most adorable character, and he's just the hero at the end in this book, City of Heavenly Fire. So I totally encourage you to read the other 6 so that you can get to that one because it's really good. So let me know if you want to borrow my copies of the Betsy Tacy series, because I will happily lend them to you or read them to you over the phone or whatever. I just want everyone to read these books.